March Madness Maniacs, the Final Four is set, and we have Virginia, Auburn, Texas Tech, and Michigan State in the Final Four. Four amazing regional finals, really among some of the best games that I've ever seen. Starting with that Gonzaga Texas Tech game, that was nip and tuck the whole way. What a battle. The number one defensive team in the nation pulling it out in the end. Of course, the Auburn-Kentucky game was great, going to overtime with an upset with a team down probably their best player. Michigan State and Duke and a battle of titans coming down to the wire. And how about that Virginia versus Purdue game? That certainly had it all and goes right up there into the rankings of some of the best games that we've ever seen in the NCAA tournament. We've got, of course, a great battle, a player just going off for over 40 points in the game, Carson Edwards. Incredible finish at the end of regulation. Like, all of what had to come together for Virginia to tie the game in that exact spot was just absolutely incredible. And then, of course, the Cavaliers prevailing in overtime. We've got two teams that have never made the Final Four who are there. We got one that hasn't made the Final Four since the 80s. And then, of course, you got Big Green, Michigan State, and they are there as well. Congratulations to Jeff Bry and Brian Winans for getting 3 of the Final Four correctly picked. Yes, both of those gentlemen got Michigan State over Duke. Both of them had Virginia, and both of them had Texas Tech. Nice work, guys. 24 others got 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. And 52 people in our pool managed to pick 1 of the Final Four. That being said, there were actually 47 morons who got 0 of the Final Four correctly picked this year. 0 for 4. And that group includes former champions like Mike Schmid, Chris Cooper, Earl Kelly, Rebecca Taylor, Joe Gianosa, and, yes, me. I'm sad to admit my picks sucked once again. I really feel like many of you can eagerly await next year's opening video where I reveal my picks, just so you can find out what's not going to happen. Probably most of you have realized that that's the case as of now. Yes, I'll admit I suck at picking NCAA tournament games. All right. Right now, Joe Duca and Alison Scovie are leading the pool with 93 points. Jeff Bry and 2-time champion Chris Heigl tied for third with 92. Joe and Alison have 93. Jeff and Chris 92. And then rounding out our Elite 8 currently, Tanya Duca, Christian Fitch, Parker Greavy, and Brian Winans all with 90 points. At this point, this is incredible, everyone. 7 different people can still win the pool right now. That's right. 7 different people can still win the pool as of right now. If the champion could be Brian Winans, Tanya Duca, Parker Greavy, Jeff Bry, Chris Heigl, Alison Scovie, or Joe Duca. It's amazing. If Virginia wins the championship over Michigan State, that is probably the favored scenario at this point. If Virginia wins the championship over Michigan State, Brian Winans will be winning. Winning Winans will take it down. If Virginia wins the championship over Texas Tech, we will literally have a 3-way tie between Brian, Tanya, and Parker and have to break the tie based on the score of the championship game. If Auburn wins the championship over Michigan State, there will be a tie between Jeff Bry and Chris Heigl. Yes, Jeff and Chris will have to break the tie with a tiebreaker score. If Auburn wins over Texas Tech, well, Alison Scovie will be our pool champion. If Michigan State wins the championship over Virginia, Jeff Bry wins. If Michigan State wins over Auburn, same thing. We've got a tie between Jeff and Chris. And then if Texas Tech wins over Virginia, we have a tie between Alison and Joe Duca. If Texas Tech wins over Virginia. If Texas Tech wins over Auburn, Alison Scovie will be the champion of the pool. The prestigious top chick honors will go to either Alison or Tanya. That still remains to be seen. It looks like Tanya has the edge if Virginia wins their game and makes it to the championship. Looks like Alison has the edge in most other scenarios. Alison also has the edge with Texas Tech and Virginia. So Tanya has the edge. It looks like with Virginia and Michigan State, Virginia over Texas Tech. It looks like Alison has the edge in most other scenarios for that. Brian Winans is almost, we can almost say he's in the money in every situation. There is one situation, which is Auburn over Texas Tech, in which Brian will be in a four-way tie for the last three spots that make money. And so if he completely loses the tiebreaker, he would be out. He would not be winning. But right now it looks like Brian's going to be winning something, maybe winning a lot. He could be our pool champion for 2019. All right, it's going to be fun on Saturday. Enjoy the games. We'll be back at you with another update before the championship. And for all of you that might tie, keep in mind we're going to need a final score of the championship game. All right, first tiebreaker is always whether you pick the winner or not. And then second tiebreaker is difference from each team's score in the championship game. So not a total, but an actual score. All right. See you guys all after Saturday's games.